Hey guys, welcome back to the channel here. I know it's been a few weeks, maybe 2-3 weeks since I've last recorded. I've been busy with holidays and all that, but I am back and ready to kind of get back into full swing here. Just gonna kind of go over the current roster moves here before Stage 2 opens up and kind of give you my thoughts on everything and where I think certain teams could go based off of that. So first we have Scraps. He's going to be coming in for the Royal Ravens from what I see in here for PaulX. I really like Scraps as a player overall. I just personally, for the Royal Ravens, I don't really see much of a change between PaulX and Scraps. I know Scraps is more of a kind of do-it-all guy, so he can be kind of, you know, if Nasty wants to switch back to the AR, Scraps can go into the SMG and vice versa. You know, he's a pretty good utility guy. And was also on that opening season Ravens team where they finished, I think it was 4th there. Yeah. I don't hate the move for it. I don't know what the exact reasoning was for it, but I want to say it's going to be more of like a lateral move more than anything, but I could be wrong. Scraps could come in, absolutely kill it. Because ultimately you're going to need somebody that's going to be able to keep up with the way aCleanX has, for the most part, you know, been this through the first major. Then we go over, I'm just kind of going based off CDL Intel Twitter page, shoutouts to them. LAG, we already knew the whole blow it up team. I know for the Optic roster that Arcitys was in talks to go in there, but due to contracts and LAG not wanting to sell him, makes sense that he's going to be staying with LAG. I believe Spartan and Neptune, they went to the LAG Academy roster, and I think they just released Hook, which is a little confusing unless he is planning on going to Optic. That's the only thing I can really see for that. But yeah, now the LAG roster is JoeDeceives, Assault, Arcitys obviously, and Exceed. I am excited for the new LAG roster. I don't think they're going to be, I wouldn't say they're going to be like top 3, top 5, but I do like Exceed. I think he'll finally be able to show what he can really do here with some starting time with the roster. I don't know much about JoeDeceives, if I'm going to be honest, so I'll love to see what he can prove here in the league. And then I know RC's been putting in a lot of work, so I'm pretty excited overall for it. Good to see Assault back in the league, well deserved. Yeah, we'll see what kind of happens with the roster and how fast they can gel together. I was kind of surprised to not see DiamondCon be brought up. Maybe even over Assault, but maybe just through some testing and playing that was what they preferred. And then the last one I believe is just going to be the whole Optic roster issues currently. Obviously, there's talks of them wanting RCs and Pred. I already talked about Arcitys. I don't think LAG wanted to sell him at all, which makes sense. Paying him a lot of money to kind of be their cornerstone for their franchise for the next however long it takes. And then Pred, there was a lot of talk about Pred actually for a few days there before ultimately, I think the final nail in the coffin in that not being a thing was when Seattle Surge finally posted on Twitter saying that they're going to run it back. So it leaves a lot of questions for the Optic roster. You know it's going to be Scump. You know it's going to be Shotzzy. Maybe iLLeY is going to stay in there. Been talks to him leaving or being benched as well. It seems like the big one to get benched is Dashy, which I understand for reasons, kind of out of game, maybe not having the best drive or the best, when it comes down to making the right plays, Dashy's known to kind of slow down and just pretty much pre-aim, get away from his fundamentals. Still just crazy to think, since he was a top 3, top 5 player all of last year. Not having the greatest season so far. I think that has a little bit to do with the game itself. Maybe not the game, but the maps. Maps are, I think, for the most part, horrible. But regardless, they were talking about. So this was already talked about. I know that in here they talked about Hook as well. Since Hook just got released, I'm sure they were trying him out. They might bring him back in because the old connection to Dallas Empire with Hook, iLLeY, and Shotzzy. So I could see that, moving Scump over to the flex and iLLeY to the main. I think iLLeY's been playing pretty well overall this year so far, so I don't think you would really want to bench him unless you absolutely had to. Yeah, they talked about Beans for a little while there too. I don't think that's going to be happening since he just played in the Challengers, or he just qualified for the Challengers Elite with that Boston Academy squad. So that is going to be out of, he's no longer going to be part of their options. So you could bring Hook in. He was a little underwhelming the start of this year and even last year, honestly. But if you get him into the right system, he's played underneath Rambo. I'm pretty sure they still have great. I think him and Shotzzy and iLLeY are all still on good terms, so they can see how that works. Other options, it's kind of limited. You could reach out to that LAG Academy squad. I don't know if they qualified for Challengers Elite, but you could look at a Diamond Con if you're looking for just a 1-for-1 switch, if Hook isn't your answer. They're not going to go into Challengers, though, from what it sounds like, unless it's somebody that is a well-known person. They're not going to go in and get Mohawk, even though I think he deserves a chance. Just trying to think of, other people, like Johnny. I know he was kind of lighting it up, but I think they just qualified for Challenge Elite, so I don't think he'll be doing anything. I don't know. They're kind of in a tough situation because it seems like every team is pretty much locked in. I know there's talks about even, Clay coming. Clay for Dashy, straight up, swap almost. I don't know how I feel about that, but, yeah, if they're not going to go into Challengers, I don't really see much of an option outside of Hook currently, because I don't think Clayster's going to get traded by Las Vegas, unless they want to take, Diamond Con, like I said. That'd be the only quote-unquote Challengers player that I think they would take a chance on. I'm even trying to think of, bench players around the league. I don't think there's really anyone. I don't think you'd take Classic over Hook. They seem to be in quite the predicament. I know there's been talks of them just, at the end of the day, just running it back. That's going to be a horrible, horrible stage, I think, if you do that, because it's... You already tarnished the teamwork and the gelling with dropping iLLeY and Hook the first time in the off, or iLLeY and Dashy in the off season, and then bringing it back and then dropping Dashy again. Either way, I think it's gonna be a long major if you're an Optic fan. I just don't see any realistic options. You know, maybe after Major 2, when more teams are going to be trying to make moves because they're going to try to be making champs, you might be able to get a better player from that. You know, I mean, Dashy is a phenomenal talent. You just gotta, you know, figure out how to almost crack the code there, because he plays fundamentally sound for like 70% of the matches, but then after that it's just, I don't know, very questionable player currently in the scenes. I think that's really it though. I don't think there's anything else team change wise. I know they even talked about Civ for a little bit going to Optic. Obviously that's not happening since they're running it back in Seattle. I guess we'll know sometime as I'm recording this later today, because they're going to be having scrims going on. So we should be finding out news anytime soon, really. See if there's anything else here I missed over my little break. Yeah, we already knew Spart was going back. Saints retired, I saw that. Which is really unfortunate because I thought that he was going to get another shot in the league. Really at the end of last year and even this year, I thought for sure he'd be on a starting roster. So that's unfortunate. And I don't think anything else I've missed. I know everyone was talking about the COD Mobiles, like map pool and everything, how nice it is versus this that we get in Modern Warfare 2. And then yeah, here's just the updated CDL points here. So, I mean, Optic really needs to do something here soon. I mean, you saw the Ravens made one change. Guerrillas changed 3/4 of their roster out. Breach stayed the same, which is fine. I think they can run it back, and I don't think they're an 11th place team. I see them more up here in the at least 4, 5, and 6 range. Yeah, I guess the most surprising one for me would be probably this Florida Mutineers roster. They actually came out and kind of played pretty well there in that first Pro-Am Major 1 stand. So, yeah, I think that's going to be it for this episode, though. Just a little catch-up here. I will be having my predictions for the upcoming matches for Stage 2, the opening weekend. And, yeah, just be looking forward to that. Please make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and we'll see you guys next time. See you.